If you're wide awake at 3 a.m., heart racing, brain wired, and staring at the ceiling, you're not broken. Your cortisol is. This 1 tablespoon can shut it down fast, and I'll show you how it works within minutes. Most people have never heard of this solution, but it's been a game changer for sleep and fat loss. Pay attention to the entire lesson so you don't miss the exact dose and timing. That's what's gonna make this really work for you. Let's start first with why this happens. You see, between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. in traditional Chinese medicine, this is called liver time. It's when your body's supposed to detoxify, balance blood sugar, and regulate hormones. If you wake up between 1 and 3 a.m., it's usually because your liver is struggling. It's overloaded, it's inflamed, and dealing with unstable blood sugar. So here's what happens. Around midnight, your blood sugar begins to dip. If it dips too low, your brain panics and tells your adrenal glands to release cortisol and adrenaline. That spike pulls sugar from your liver into your bloodstream to raise your blood sugar back up. But it also wakes you up, heart racing, mind racing, and completely alert. So it's not a sleep problem, it's a stress and blood sugar problem. Cortisol is not the enemy. You need it to wake up and feel alert in the morning. But at night, it should be low so your body could repair, burn fat, and produce a really important hormone and antioxidant called melatonin. When you have a cortisol spike at 3 a.m., it does 3 things to wreck your metabolism. Number 1, it blocks melatonin production, so you can't fall back asleep. Number 2, it raises blood sugar and insulin, which stops fat burning cold in its tracks. Number 3, it triggers inflammation. Your body thinks it's in danger and enters the fight or flight mode. Over time, this creates a vicious cycle of adrenal fatigue, belly fat gain, and poor sleep quality. You wake up tired and you crave sugar the next day, and the cycle repeats itself. So here's the 1 tablespoon trick. This is how you stop this fast. You want to take 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered honey with sea salt right before bed, or even when you wake up at 3 a.m. Here's how this works. The natural glucose in raw honey provides just enough fuel for your liver to keep blood sugar stable throughout the night without spiking insulin. This small fructose component in the raw honey gets stored in the liver as glycogen. This is your body's emergency battery that prevents that 3 a.m. crash. The sea salt replenishes minerals like magnesium and sodium that support adrenal function and calm the nervous system. So here's how you do it. You want to mix 1 tablespoon of raw, organic, unfiltered honey with a pinch of high quality salt and take it right before bed. And I'll drop a link for the salt and the honey that I use in the notes down below, so you can use the same thing if you want. And if you wake up at 3 a.m., wired and tired, you can take it again. It works within 10 to 15 minutes. You'll notice the benefits. And here's a bonus tip for you. Take a high quality magnesium at night before bed as well. There are 7 different types of magnesium, and you could use a supplement that contain all 7 different types. And I love the one from Bioptimizer. It's called Magnesium Breakthrough. I have a link and a coupon code for that, which I'll drop down below. But you add this honey, the salt, and the magnesium. It's a powerful trio to overcome this challenge you're facing. And here's the crazy part. Getting your cortisol under control with this strategy is an incredible fat loss tip for you. When you sleep deeply and cortisol is low, your body releases growth hormone, testosterone, melatonin. These are 3 powerful fat-burning and anti-aging hormones. Your liver also has time to flush out toxins and estrogen metabolites that can be stored as fat around your belly if they're not detoxed. And the cool thing here is you wake up in the morning feeling well-rested with stable energy levels and a metabolism that's burning fat all day long. So that tablespoon of honey and salt isn't just a sleep hack. It's a metabolic reset that restores your liver, adrenals, and hormones. Now it's important to discuss how to get to the root cause of why you're dealing with this issue. The honey and the salt and the magnesium, that's going to give you temporary relief, and it's going to work the first night you use it. But you want to get to the root cause, and here's how you get to it. If you're waking up at 3 a.m., wired and tired, your body is telling you something. Your symptoms are a gift. It's your body's check engine light. Your body's screaming at you. It's time to pay attention. So here's what you want to address long term. These 5 steps are the solution to fixing this long term. Number 1, no food at least 3 or 4 hours before bed. Late night meals force your liver to keep working when it should be repairing. You never want to give your metabolism, your body, energy in the form of food and then go lay down and not use that energy. Look, it takes a lot of bandwidth, blood flow, resources, and energy to digest food. And if you ate something and went to bed, now you're taking a high percentage of your body's resources to focus on digestion versus fat burn, restorative sleep, healing the liver, dropping cortisol. So have a protocol in place where the kitchen is closed at least 3 or 4 hours before bed. So if you go to bed at 11 p.m., you should be done eating your last bite of food by 8 p.m. the latest. Number 2 is to cut out inflammatory foods like seed oils and refined sugars. They clog the liver, they cause insulin spikes, cellular inflammation, and it leads to that 3 a.m. cortisol spike. So you want to get rid of processed sugar. These are going to be found in packaged foods. Focus on single ingredient foods. These are called whole foods. And you want to get rid of seed oils, canola, corn, cottonseed oil, sunflower, soybean, safflower oil, rice bran oil, grapeseed oil. These are inflammatory. They prevent your body from healing. Swap those for saturated fats and monounsaturated fats. These are my favorite. Butter, ghee, beef tallow, coconut oil, even duck fat, olive oil, and avocado oil. Number 3 is you want to support the liver daily. Your liver is your body's most important detoxification organ, and it's a major fat loss organ. I call it the MVP of your body, the most valuable player, in this case, the most valuable organ. So you want to incorporate bitter-rich foods, which are going to be arugula, dandelion greens, ginger tea, milk thistle tea, lemon, lime, even lemon water. And you might want to consider doing a coffee enema once a week to aid liver detoxification. The 4th thing is you want to get morning sunlight every morning if possible. This resets your circadian rhythm, so melatonin peaks at night. Here's how it works. We actually produce melatonin in every single cell inside of your body with the exception of red blood cells. Your mitochondria produce melatonin. Your brain produces melatonin. And when you get morning sunshine, where you take off your sunglasses and allow that sun to penetrate your retina, it starts to signal to your body, hey, let's store and build up melatonin. And then at night, you get that release of melatonin. Melatonin is such an important antioxidant. It's actually arguably the most important antioxidant for your mitochondria. And the 5th step is to get vitamin G first thing in the morning, right before bed. Studies show vitamin G lowers cortisol by up to 23%. It actually puts your body in an anti-inflammatory, restful state. It activates hormones and chemicals like dopamine, GABA, serotonin, oxytocin. So vitamin G is vitamin gratitude. It is the feeling of gratitude. So first thing in the morning, write down or think about 3 things, people, memories you're grateful for, and do the same thing before bed. Here's my favorite 5-step nighttime routine to fix your sleep and that cortisol spike for good. Dim your lights at least an hour before bed. Practice gratitude 5 minutes before bed. Avoid stimulation and too much artificial blue light at least an hour before bed. You might want to consider wearing blue light blocking glasses. Take that high quality magnesium that I spoke about before bed. And then lastly, get that shot of the honey and the sea salt right before bed. Your liver, your body will thank you for it. Now, I'm going to address the top questions you submitted on this topic. Before I do, I want to give you a resource. I mentioned that it's important to lower inflammation to get to the root cause here. Well, some people don't get that these healthy vegetables are actually inflammatory. And I put together a free PDF, this resource, on the vegetables you must avoid. You've been lied to. Some of the healthiest vegetables you eat every day are actually silently wrecking your gut, inflaming your body, and locking fat around your belly. So I put together a free guide breaking down the 5 vegetables you must avoid if you want to lose fat and what to eat instead to reset your metabolism fast. This is the truth your doctor will never tell you, but your belly fat already knows. Click the first link in the description box below for those watching on YouTube, or scan the QR code with your phone to grab your avoid list right now. Less inflammation, less confusion, and a lot less belly fat in 7 days or less. Now let's get to your questions. Can I use something other than honey if I'm keto or diabetic? Well, if you're diabetic and on medication, you always want to talk to your doctor before making any changes, and none of this is medical advice. With keto, it's interesting because the raw honey it's such a small amount, and you're going to be in a fasted state after you have it. It's not really a problem. As a matter of fact, I've taken thousands of people through keto, carnivore, low carb, and one of the things I have them do if they struggle with sleep is actually have that raw honey before bed. So just know that the raw honey and the salt is not something you're doing for months. You may be doing it for 7 or 14 days as you fix everything else. So to me, it's keto safe. And for a diabetic, you got to work with your practitioner on that. Does it need to be sea salt, or will regular table salt work too? No, it's not going to work. Refined table salt is not beneficial. It has to be unrefined sea salt, and I'll drop a link for the sea salt I use in the notes down below. Why does honey help lower cortisol instead of raising blood sugar even more? As I mentioned, the raw, organic, unfiltered honey will be used to replenish and get stored in your liver cells, your liver glycogen. So it's not enough. 1 tablespoon is a small amount that just gets stored as an emergency use. Can I use this honey and salt trick every night long term, or will my body adapt? I just mentioned you don't want to do it long term, 7 to 14 days as you fix the other things. And if it happens to come back from time to time, then add this back into the equation. Is there a way to test my cortisol levels at home to confirm if this is really my problem? Yeah, there's a test called the Dutch test, and it is a saliva test, or they even have it as a urine test. It's a great test looking at your 24-hour cortisol pattern, your circadian rhythm. And that's something you do at home. And then you send back the kit, you get your results, and it shows you exactly this diurnal curve of your cortisol levels. Highly recommend that test. You do need to work with a practitioner to get it. Ask your practitioner for it. It's called the Dutch test. Can meditation or breath work before bed have the same effect on cortisol as this tablespoon hack? I don't know about the same effect, but meditation and the right breath work before bed is a great idea if you want to add it to this protocol. Just be careful with breath work. There are some breath work exercises that actually make you more energized and alert. That's typically breathing through your mouth. When you do a meditation and or breath work exercise through your nose, that's going to be more of the relaxation type parasympathetic nervous system. So I love the idea of meditation before bed. I love the idea of the right breath work before bed. And if you want to add it to this protocol, I think it's a great idea. I hope this helps. Get better sleep, burn fat, feel good, follow the protocol. Let me know how it goes for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And hey, if you love this lesson, I just recently published a video that's gone viral on how America got fat on lies, but how Japan stayed thin doing this one thing. It's really crazy. So here's a clip from that video. Click the video on the screen, and I'll see you in that next lesson. This isn't about willpower. It's about food designed to addict and inflame. If you eat like America, you'll die like America. Here's what you need to know. Let's start with the shocking numbers. Japan's obesity percentage is just around 4%. In America, it's around 44%. Harvard is actually saying by the year 2020,